What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I'm sharing with you how I raised $1 million for my startup company. We've been really fortunate to raise funding through venture capital, equity crowdfunding, and raising grants through a number of different pitch competitions and other means. In this video, I'm gonna break down exactly how we were able to raise the funding. I'm gonna go year by year of the company's timeline, and I'm gonna share how we raised investment, how much traction we had at each point, and I'll go into the details as to the actual funding terms. If you're one of our investors and you're watching this, thank you so much for your support. If you're an entrepreneur and you're looking to learn how to raise capital for your business, or you're trying to invest in startups, you've come to the right place. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and like this video. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Now, for a little bit of context on what MySwimPro is, we are a global technology and media company with a distributed team that spans over 10 different time zones. MySwimPro, the application, helps swimmers improve their performance and health both in and out of the water by delivering a personalized swim coaching experience. We make money through the app's subscription business, so we charge monthly or yearly to unlock that personalized coaching plan. We also work with like-minded brands through a few different sponsorship opportunities. So that's a little overview of the business itself. Now, this was just an idea back in 2014. So at the time, traction was an idea. We didn't have any investment. This was all sweat equity. Fast forward a little bit to the end of the year, and then 2015, I met my two co-founders. We launched the iOS and Android versions of the app, and we started building out the brand, meaning I built out our Instagram and our Facebook. We started blogging and really building things out. We finished the year with 6,000 downloads, but we were making $0 in revenue. And at that point, we had zero investment. It was 100% sweat equity. We own 100% of the company. We did get a number of different grants. And when I say grants, this could either mean a gift to the company where we don't have to, allocate any type of equity compensation for receiving said cash compensation, or it was in the way of grant in kind. So we could use some different services, one of them being with Varnum Law, our legal team, so that was $2,500. We also received some funding through a program called TechTown. We went through the DTX launch program, myself and another individual, and we got $2,500 each paid to us directly. So we did actually have to pay taxes on that to our personal income, but in total about $7,500 to cap out year number one as we incorporated a business in 2015. Now it gets a little bit more interesting when we go into 2016, where we launched the world's first swimming app for the Apple Watch. It was so amazing to be actually featured in Tim Cook's keynote address, CEO of Apple, and we later found out that in 2016, MySwimPro was named by Apple as the best app of the year across all app categories for the Apple Watch. So definitely getting some great traction there. We also launched our subscription business. So we started to drive a little bit of revenue through a monthly subscription offering, and we finished the year with around 100,000 downloads and only about 10,000 or so in revenue. So we just hit 5 figures. I remember in April of 2016, just started to make money. It was still just the 3 co-founders at that point. And we did a program at the University of Michigan where we raised $50,000 via a SAFE, simple agreement for future equity. There was no valuation cap, no discount rate on this investment, and we thank the University of Michigan DeSci Accelerator program for that program and that initial investment. We also got a grant from Ann Arbor Spark for $10,000 that could go to those in-kind services. So Ann Arbor Spark at this point was not taking any equity position or anything in the company. That was simply a grant. And these are different community programs, them in TechTown, that all cities pretty much have something like that for early stage, early fast growth companies. Fast forward to 2017. Really starting to pick things up. We had another team member join the team, iOS engineer Ben. We started building out more product features, and I have App of the Year listed here in terms of traction, because this is really when we started to see the impact of being named App of the Year, because that was awarded in December of 2016. So we didn't really get anything out of that in 2016. It really came into effect in 2017 and beyond. We finished the year with, I can't remember exactly, it was about 200 or 300,000, probably closer to 300,000 total downloads, and we had just over 100,000 in revenue. So I think we were like 5 or 6x in terms of revenue, and 2 or 3x in terms of total downloads. I actually did a full breakdown on our app analytics. So if you have a mobile business and you have an app, or you're just curious how many downloads you get and how the metrics look from the App Store, I did a full video dedicated to that. That's actually breaks down where you can see these download numbers actually coming from. But this video, we're focusing on investment. So what did we do in terms of investment? Well, in 2017, we did an open public offering. We raised money on a platform called WeFunder. Equity crowdfunding, we raised $130,000, $530 from 137 investors on a safe, simple agreement for future equity with a $5 million valuation cap and no discount. So really, at this point, we had $180,000 of investment in the business, but that's not all. Earlier in the year, actually around the same time as that, I won a number of different pitch competitions. So this was very exciting. We won in March of 2017 a $40,000 grand prize for winning a pitch competition, the Michigan Greenlight Business Model Competition for early stage companies. That was amazing, carrying a huge $40,000 check. That was pretty sweet. And then like a month later, or around the same time, won another $25,000 pitching from the Innovation Fund of America. So thank you so much to those at Macomb Community College for hooking us up with that. That could really help fuel the development of the business. And we got a few other small grants, one from the University of Michigan for $3,500 and another one from Gyro Creatives. Shout out to them, $3,500. These small grants we were able to tap into. So in total in 2017, $130,000 from equity crowdfunding and then $72,000 from these different grants. So about $200,000 in 2017. Now we fast forward to 2018 and we grew the team. We added our digital marketing VP. Paige joined the team and we built out a few integrations. So we integrate with Garmin Connect. We integrated with Strava. So we announced that. We got some great traction. We built out our content marketing machine. Before it was just myself. So having another person on the team was great. And I believe we had over 500,000 downloads at that point. And we finished the year 2018 with just under 500,000 in revenue. And in terms of investment, we actually didn't raise any outside capital, both from an investment perspective as well as grants. We were just heads down, going to work, cranking out the content, and building out the business. And we really positioned ourselves well for a strong 2019. As you can see, we really built out the team. We went from 5 to 10. We translated the app into 9 different languages. We launched another application called MySwimPro, and we passed 1 million downloads, and we had over $1 million in revenue in 2019. Now, how did we get there? Well, really hard work by the team, so shout out to the team. We also raised additional capital to support and fuel the growth. So there's a couple numbers on here, and in aggregate, we raised $515,000. Where did that come from? $465,000 of it came from another open public offering that we ran on WeFunder. This time we doubled the valuation cap. We still raised on a safe, simple agreement for future equity. It was a $10 million valuation cap, and we actually had an early bird special. So if you were the first $200,000 that invested in this campaign, we offered a 20% discount to the valuation cap, and then the remaining funds came in without the discount. So the next $265,000, 746, yes, someone put an extra dollar on that investment, and that came at a 10 million valuation cap without a discount. And we have the final $50,000 actually came from me winning a pitch competition. So shout out to Ann Arbor Spark for putting on a pitch competition. I won that, and that was a $50,000 investment at a 10 million valuation cap from Ann Arbor Spark. And we did not receive anything in the form of grants in 2019. Fast forward to 2020. We're getting there. Here we go. 2020, built out the team some more. Now we're at 13 people. And really the global pandemic really took over the world, hence global. And it really impacted our business. Because if you think about it, as a swimming related business, fitness, pools are shutting down. At one point in April and May, 90+% of the pools in the world are shut down. Really difficult when your business depends on people going to a pool and swimming. So in terms of traction, we had to pivot. We did the pandemic pivot. We launched dryland training in the app. We reshaped our product offering, our business model. Our business model was still a subscription. We changed the pricing, we added things, took away things, and really focused our product offering. I mentioned in 2019, we launched a new app called MySwimPro. Well, in 2020, I decided that we really need to focus our product offering. We actually sunset that app completely off the App Store. We also shut off a few of our different wearable integrations to really focus the product experience. And we finished the year with about 1.3 million downloads and about $1 million in revenue. So we would have liked to see much bigger numbers, a lot more excitement, the Olympic Games, all that stuff, but it didn't happen. In terms of funding, we did decide to go out and raise a little bit more capital to make sure that we were in a strong position to make it through this pandemic, because who knows how long this is gonna last. At the time of this video, it's still difficult times. It's still very difficult from both a health perspective, business perspective, all over the world, quite frankly. So we didn't know how long it was going to take. So last year, we decided to raise some extra capital. Shout out to Investitroid Ventures. We raised another $80,000 in the form of a convertible note, 10 million valuation cap, 20% discount 2-year maturity. I believe it's a 6% discount rate. Interest rate, sorry, on the note. So pretty standard terms with that. We also were able to raise in the form of a grant, 100% forgiven. Shout out to all of our US taxpayers out there. We raised $85,715 via the Paycheck Protection Program by the US government. So shout out to our bankers Chase and US taxpayers. If you're a US taxpayer, thank you very much for supporting the growth of US-based businesses. And so in terms of 2020, we ended up raising $165,000 that I wasn't really planning on raising anyway. So half of that was in the form of investment, half was in the form of grants. So if we were to total it all up, as of the recording of this video, where are we at? In terms of actual investment, we raised $776,276 with a number of different terms, from safes to convertible notes, different valuation caps, 5 million, 10 million, no valuation cap. And on the grant side of things, we raised a total of $175,215, different forms. So some was given directly to team members, like that $2,500 back in 2015 that was paid directly to myself and another team member. Others were just handed to the company, like the PPP, as a gift. So thank you very much for everyone who has supported us both on the grant side as well as the investment side. And really, when I take a step back and I think about how this $1 million or so came about, if you add those two together, it's actually just under $1 million. So $951,491, so just under $1 million. But when I take a look back at this, really, there's no correct way to fund the business. And we've been very creative over the years. And as you can see, the capital appreciation, the valuation of the business has really gone up because our traction really speaks for itself to warrant this increase in potential valuation in the future. But there's so many different ways to fund the business, whether it's venture capital, equity crowdfunding, grants, pitch competitions. I actually made a video, 10 different ways that you can fund your business. I'll make sure that's linked in the description below. And if you're an entrepreneur and you're looking to raise capital, consider equity crowdfunding. I made a video on how you can raise up to $5 million via equity crowdfunding. I'll make sure that video is linked in the description below. And if you guys want to see a more detailed video on how we raised the $600,000 via equity crowdfunding from this $130,000 right here, and this $465,000 just through WeFunder, I made a dedicated video on that topic specifically. I'll make sure that is linked in the description below. In terms of what we have planned for 2021 and beyond, I can't spill the beans, but make sure you're subscribed to the channel because we have a lot more exciting news planned for not only the business, the company's finances, but a number of other things. This is an Olympic year, so I'm very excited about potential traction that we could have. I actually have a few different data points that I'd like to see. So for 2021 traction, we'd like to see a focus offering. So I'm really continuing that focus from that pandemic pivot and really delivering the best experience possible for our members, the members of our community. The Olympics is gonna be a real big deal for us. So we're gonna have that Olympic hype, and we should probably finish the year around 2 million downloads and 1 to 2 million in revenue. So, we're gonna see definitely an improvement from 2020, of course, but the first half of this year really not gonna go anywhere. But I really see the second half of the year moving into 2022 from not only a funding perspective, but a business perspective and the global, the ecosystem of the world. I really see a lot of potential at the end of this year in 2022. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, how we raised $1 million for MySwimPro Incorporated. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, any questions that you guys have. As always, keep hustling.